Good evening and welcome to Missouri Valley College, Greg Mitchell Field, inside of Volney Ashford Stadium. As tonight we have lacrosse, and we welcome in from the state of Georgia, Savannah College of Arts and Design. The Bees are here to take on Missouri Valley College. The Bees come in 4-3. They lost to number 1 Dayton in their last match. The Vikings, after a very successful trip to Georgia, where they were 2-1 or 3-2 on the year and back home. And Brian McLaughlin, you went on the trip to Georgia, very successful trip.
Very successful trip. We had one hiccup against Kennesaw State, but we're able to get a nice win against number 3 Reinhardt.
I had a chance to visit with the head coach of the Vikings just moments ago. Well, Kevin, congratulations. Big trip to Georgia, nice weather, and you got a couple of wins down there.
Yeah, it was great. Great weather. We're back home, so it's nice to be back home.
Tell me about the trip. You're pretty pleased with the way you played, weren't you?
Yeah, we were trying to come back on the positive end. Obviously we were trying to get the 3-game win streak, but we couldn't do that, and came back 2-1, so we came back positive and reached our goal.
Now, let's talk about this club you're going to face tonight.
SCAD's a good NAI program. They're, I think right now they're outside the top 10, and we're just starting to get our way back up the ladder. So, they're going to be a hard opponent. We got the target on their back tonight, so they're going to be playing their tails off, so we just got to come out ready to play.
I know they just got done playing number 1, I believe, right, and lost that, so they'll be looking to get back on the winning track too, won't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be a tough game tonight.
How about this weather? Does it affect you?
It shouldn't affect us too much. We got a lot of guys from the East Coast and up north and everything like that, so we're used to playing in the cold climates where SCAD's coming up from Georgia, so it might be a little more effective than what we would be.
Yeah, their assistant coach said, hey, it was 80-some degrees. Well, that's what they're used to, so it might be a little bit different. But, boy, I look at your schedule. This is a busy time of the year for you, isn't it?
Yeah, March and April is just going to be time for us, and we got a game tomorrow against Clark. It's a KCAC opponent, and then next weekend we actually have a doubleheader in the same day, and then another game following later in that weekend.
All right, Coach, good luck.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, as you can hear from that interview, it is windy tonight as well, and it is cold. Here at game time, we're looking at about 39 to 38 degrees at game time. So rather chilly tonight. The last time we had one of these matches on a week ago was a week ago today, wasn't it, Brian? It was nice and toasty.
It was nice, and now it's freezing out. Sweater weather.
I guess it was a couple weeks ago. It was before the spring break. So anyway, we're ready to go. And in fact, we are underway. And as you watch the video stream, the Bees in their yellow shorts, the white tops with the yellow numbers, and they have the first possession of tonight's match as they move from right to left or from south to north here on Greg Mitchell Field. They lost, Brian, to Dayton, but again, Dayton is number 1, so this will be a pretty good opponent tonight, I think.
Yeah, SCAD is has the ability to really get shots off well and to be able to crash the net compared to some other NAIA teams. You mentioned the game against Dayton, who's number 1 in MCLA, very defending national champion. So they have a lot to prove.
SCAD with it, the first possession, good save, and the Vikings with possession. And here comes Valley quickly on the run. The Vikings are a very quick club, as Jake Berg had that, and he's going to go back and go off as the Vikings now with possession. Sorobi, one of our leading scorers, had possession. Now there's a stoppage in play as they're going to situate the net. Came off the line at the football 10-yard lines. So no score. We're just underway. Vikings have possession. Give it out to Austin Schindal. Schindal wears number 49. Now he starts to work the left side for the Vikings. Vikings in their home gray with the orange striping, white numerals, as they are on their first possession. Here's a shot and a score, just like that. And Owen Sorobi out of Winnipeg, Canada, gets the first goal of the match. Good way to start.
Yeah, it's a great way to start. Owen really, getting back on his game. Had a little hiccups in Georgia, but now is back at it.
Off to a good start and gets his first goal of the evening. So the Vikings strike first. A couple weeks ago when we were here, it was a 21-1 win over Benedictine. A lot going on, and next week on campus we'll be talking about that as we go along, and also several basketball teams in the Heart of America Conference doing well in the NAI basketball tournaments in the Kansas City area. We'll talk about that as we go along. Jake Berg won the Jake Berg lost the first face-off. He gets this one, and he brings it in and fires one that goes behind the goal. In that Benedictine match, I don't think Jake lost a face-off, did he?
No, he did lose a face-off, and he actually comes in at third in the NAIA at 89%.
It's pretty good, 89%.
Yeah, all three of our face-off guys, from Missouri Valley, are in the top 20 for face-offs in NAIA. So it's a good thing to see that they're able to get it, get a good start, get a good jump from the face-off X.
Vikings scored on their first possession, and they have it again after scoring the first goal. Now they work to the left. Vikings notice quick, good stick handlers. Do a nice job passing the ball as they have it behind. The Bees give chase. 1-0, the Vikings with the lead on their second offensive possession. There's another shot, and this one is high by Sorobi. The Vikings still have possession, however, leading 1-0. Sorobi again moves in from the right side, nowhere to go. Pretty good defense by the Bees right now. We're about 4 minutes into this match. Of course, we play 4 15-minute quarters. Vikings are 3-2. The Bees are 4-3. Vikings switching during this possession. And that's Ryan Barnes who came in. Josh Fletcher, where's number 5? Vikings try to center it. And they're able to maintain control. I thought for a moment they were going to lose control, but Barnes, young man out of Farmington, has it. Now the Vikings do lose possession. Pretty good defense there by the Bees on that offensive possession by the Vikings.
Yeah, the defense has been able to, keep a very solid offense at bay. So, it's going to be interesting to see how it progresses overnight.
So for the second time, the Bees have possession. Lights certainly have taken effect here as sun setting to the west behind us. On a cold evening. Temperature probably by the time we're done here, it'll be right around 31, 32 degrees. It was a 39, I believe, when we started this match. Close to that anyway. Cold enough.
Yeah.
All right, the Bees with possession. Vikings try to take it away, and I think they do. Good defense by the Vikings to get possession. Vikings using that speed to quickly get it into the offensive end to Smith, Jack Smith. 9:22, first quarter, 1-0 Valley. Brian, when you get a couple of good teams together, these matches can go by rather quickly, can't they?
Yeah, you don't have that stop-start that, with all the goals, like the Benedictine game, that it can, really go by quickly.
1-0. Vikings with the lead. And there's a shot that's blocked. Good job by the Bees, and they'll have possession. No, the Vikings will have possession. Connor Goonan in goal for the Bees. Good job by Goonan to stop that one. Connor out of Northport, New York, a sophomore. So here come the Bees for the third time. Jack Chaffee had possession. Lost it, goes back, picks it up. Gives it off to Brendan Buckley. He's out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. The Bees from Savannah College of Arts and Design, SCAD, in Savannah, Georgia. They also have a campus, one in Atlanta, and some of the sports are based in Atlanta, but the lacrosse based in Savannah. This one gets away and will go out in Viking possession as Mitch Snyder could not catch up to that one. 7:47 to go, first quarter. Valley leading 1-0. Another good save. Griffin Hunt was number 7. The colors of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And SCAD Bees. Now the Vikings able to take it away. Mentioned that Brandon Minshall is in goal. Young man out of Colorado. Viking possession midway through this first quarter. Leading 1-0. Under 7 minutes to go. I can't lie to our listening. The viewers, we're inside and we have a heater, so we're not suffering the 39 degrees.
Yeah, we look out a little bit here.
It is cold out there. For the players, though, on the field, no problem. But both benches are on the far side. Here's a shot in front, and goes by. Picked up by one of the Vikings. A goal by Sorobi, the only goal to this point. Speaking of Mr. Sorobi, around midfield was number 45, and he's in control with 6 minutes to go. In the corner, here's a shot, and this one is deflected and goes wide. And the Bees get possession. Our next match that we will have on movel.edu will be next Friday, the 3 o'clock match against St. Gregory on Good Friday.
Yeah, 2 games coming up.
Right, 2 games next Friday at 8 o'clock against the University of Louisiana. We'll talk about the schedule as we go along here. Berg with possession. Down to 5:22, first quarter. 1-0 Valley. And the Vikings taking their time here. Greg Ferrone.
Hey, runner, can you feed me pizza, please?
As the Vikings continue to substitute.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't want pizza. I don't want your
There's Ferrone. Out in front, loses control. That's still loose, picked up by the Vikings. And there's Jack Smith. Under 5 minutes to go now in this first period.
No, I'm just joking.
Shot, and there's a score, and I believe that was Jack Smith. Yep, Smith came around and put that one right by Goonan. So 2-0 Vikings here in the first period. We'll have another face-off.
Looks like Tyler Wollenberg in face-off effects.
Okay, Waldenberg out of Omaha, Nebraska. And he's in this face-off for the Vikings. It's quite a battle for possession here, and Vikings will eventually come up with it. For a moment anyway. Now it's taken away by the Bees. Here's a shot, and there's a score. That one took a bounce, but it went in. Philip Sussingham out of Lakeland, Florida. A 5'7", 155-pounder. So Philip Sussingham gets the first goal for the Bees. Took it away and made the Vikings pay. So it's 2-1. And here's the face-off. It looks like the Vikings are going to get control of this. Good job by Wollenberg. We're down to the 4:16 mark of this first quarter, 2-1 Valley. Again, Vikings with possession. And that's Josh Fletcher. He's out of Lebanon, Ohio. A lot of the players, of course, come from the eastern states. And I think possession's going to go to the Bees here. They trail by just one goal with 3.5 minutes to go in this first period. Boy, there's some contact right down in front of us. Pretty good shot by Ryan Barnes. And that was James Simmons who took that body check. But the Bees trail by a goal, and they have possession here. Here's a shot, and this one goes wide left. Minshaw was there. He does a pretty good job in goal, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely been been a stand-up goalie, especially missing last season due to injury, being able to come back and really just stay in groove.
Vikings, by the way, have moved up into the top 10 following their road trip to Georgia. They're number 7 this week. Women's team remains just outside the NAI Women's Lacrosse Coaches Top 10 poll. We'll give you that. We'll give you the Vikings last week in Georgia, a 12-3 win over Point University, upset second-ranked Reinhardt, and then lost to Kennesaw State.
Mentioned the women's team. Women in overtime, 12-11 win in overtime yesterday against Midland.
Yep. So they're off to a good start this year as well. 2:35 to go in this first period. You're watching the action on moval.edu. As we're winding down the first period. All right, the Bees will have possession. And we're back into action. Griffin Hunt, number 7 for the Bees. They look to tie it up late here in the first period. Here's Hunt with it. They pass it along the perimeter. Dump it in, or behind the goal. Bees maintain possession. Here's Hunt, fires one, and it goes wide. Bees will still have possession at the 2-minute mark of this first period. Here's a shot, and this one is wide left. That shot taken by Brendan Buckley.
Looks like a flag out on the play after that.
There's the flag down. Coach Sotero is pacing on the far side. Michael Cummings, in his 12th year, the coach is The Bees. Coach Totero in his third year. He started this program.
Far side, Jimmy. He's talking about that. So, break 2, take 2.
Down to a minute 52 in the first quarter.
Yep, I'll cut off you.
Vikings will be a man down here.
And break 1, take 1.
And see who that was over there. Is that Andrew Legg?
Yeah, that is Andrew Legg.
Andrew Legg, penalty box. So the Vikes a man down in the last couple of minutes of this first period. Hunt almost lost it.
Break 2.
Now good job as the Vikings take it away. Give it behind goal to Minshaw. A minute 17 first period. Vikings quickly bring it up the left side. Now they'll lose it.
Their ball. Give me their bench, too.
And
Break 2, take 2.
the Bees applaud that play on the far side
Take 1.
as they have possession. They took it away. Austin Collins, Fredericksburg, Virginia. Where's number 33 for the Bees? They have possession late in the final minute. Shot in this one.
Break 2.
May have been deflected wide left with 49 seconds to go. 2-1 Vikings, but the Bees are putting on the pressure.
Yep. And effect.
Trying to tie it up here in the final minute of the first period. Now the Vikes take it away. Ben Boyer has possession. He's checked and a flag goes down. Another flag goes down.
Officials on 2. Got a guy coming in. Break 2. Take
We're
2.
down to 26 seconds to go in this first period.
Break 1. It should be. Where did it go? Yeah, break 1, take 1. There's a guy in the box.
Vikings will have possession as the Bees are a man down here. Let's see if the Vikings can take advantage of that. The Bees could not take advantage of the Vikings being a man down. 26 and a half seconds remaining in the period. Let's see if the Vikings can score late. They send it around. Dump it underneath. And here they get it out, and here's the shot, and this one is high. And I'll tell you what, Brian, I don't think Sorobi could get any better look than that. He just missed it high.
Yeah, getting really good looks here on the man up.
And that's it for the first period. Good first period. 2-1, Valley with it. The Vikings had a great chance to score in the last 10 seconds and couldn't put it down. Brian and I will be back with period number 2 in just a bit. 2-1 is our score at the end of the Pretty good first period. Both teams had some chances. Both goalies did a nice job. Vikings had a chance to get a goal in the last 10 seconds. Sorobi already has one, and he had one early in the quarter, and could not get that one to go down. All right, teams have switched ends now. The Bees will defend the north goal. Vikings to the south or southeast. Greg Mitchell Field kind of sits in a northwest to southeast direction. And the Vikings have it. Here we go. Second period is underway. Trying to build on their 2-1 lead. They scored pretty early in the first period. With possession, Carson Brzezinski. He's out of Edmonton, Canada. All right, here come the Vikings, putting some pressure on the Bees. Now they lose the pass. Let's see if Brzezinski can come up with it, and he can. Back to Sorobi. Sorobi has one of the goals. Smith has the other. Just underway in period number 2. Brzezinski. Pass got away from Smith for a moment, but he's able to track it down. Now the Bees start to extend that defense a little bit. Here's a shot and a score. Right from out in front. And that was Austin Schindal. So Schindal gets his first goal. He's from Denver, Colorado.
Yep, same high school as Brendan Minchall, the goalie.
All right. Good job. 3-1. That came from right in front. So the Vikings open up a 3-1 lead here. And that took a minute and 15 seconds of the second period. So another face-off. And the Vikings are going to win this face-off quite handily. Get it back out to the middle. Berg wanted to score there. I think he said, give it to him. I'm going to score now. He hustles off. He was right in the middle of that play for a moment, just couldn't hang on to the pass. Vikings up 3-1, and as you pointed out, Berg with an 80-some% face-off percentage. Here's a shot, good save by Goonan. Good job by Goonan to save that one. Vikings on the attack again, leading 3-1. The Bees will take tomorrow off, and then they'll start to head back home. They'll probably go to St. Louis tonight, but they'll play Lindenwood Belleville on Monday. There's another goal. I didn't see who got that one. We'll wait and have to see. Okay, Jack Smith gets his second goal. Boy, that was quick. The Vikings scored 2 in the first. They scored 2 in the first 2 minutes and 5 seconds of the second period. They lead 4-1. Jack Smith, second goal. Comes with 12:55 to go in the half. And again, Brian, it's winning that face-off, and the Vikings have had possession. The Bees have not had a possession yet here in the second quarter.
Yeah, winning the face-off is a key because you are able to really develop your own tempo and play your own game, and that's what Missouri Valley's doing right now.
And once again, the Vikings win the face-off. And here's Gallagher. Now the Bees take it away, so they'll have their first possession. Well, they did. Now the Vikings take it away at midfield. Here comes Smith looking for his third goal. And there's a nice assist as Smith goes from the right, a perfect pass back to the left to Sean Goodell. And Goodell, young man out of Oregon, gets his first goal of the night. Wow, just like that, it's 5-1. Vikings taking charge. 3 goals already in the second period. I mentioned the Vikings are ranked number 7 this week. They were 2-1 on their trip to Georgia. Vikings number 7, 3-2 on the year. We'll talk about some of the other activities coming up in the week as well. As far as Valley sports, it's going to be a busy time. In softball yesterday, the Missouri Valley split with Peru State. The Vikings fell in 8 innings in the first game, 3-2, and then came back in a 6-4 win over Peru. So that was in action yesterday. I believe the baseball team split today with Peru. We'll give you those results. And volleyball won. They're in a tournament in Milwaukee, and they won their match today. We'll get the results for you from that as well. So busy day. Valley sports. Yeah, the baseball split a doubleheader today with Baker. Vikings won the first game 10-5 against Baker, and then lost the second game 9-6. And in volleyball today, the men's team defeated Cardinal Stritch out of Wisconsin in Milwaukee in 5. They were the host team of that tournament. Let's see who's going to get control of this one. The Viking, for a moment the Bees had it. The Vikings now, once again, take charge. And that has been the key to this match. They have had possession after possession. Now the Bees take it away.
We'll say SCAD is very scrappy bunch. Definitely physical.
Yeah. About the biggest big cheer from their bench when it was a really nice body check. But they trail this one 5-1 with 11:57 to go here in the first half. So they need to figure out a way to score here. And move to the right side. Now back behind. And send this one out, and that's going to be grabbed by Griffin Hunt. Where's number 7? And the Bees looking to get their second goal of this match.
What's that?
3 quick goals by the Vikings to start this second period as they take command. Now here come the Bees. Lost it, Hunt lost it. Now he fires one wide. From the right side, went wide left. 10:53 to go in the half. Another shot. This one's blocked, but the Bees still have possession. Nowhere to go with it. And they'll bring it back out. Good defense by the Vikings. So they go all the way back to close to midfield. And here they come again. Here's a shot. And this one hits the side of the net, bounds away. It's still loose out in front. Now the Vikings pick it up. Good defense. Good defense on that possession. Vikings up 5-1, and here they come. Quick pass, and this one goes wide right. So the Bees will have possession now. Brandon Buckley takes it all the way behind. the goal. There's a flag.
Penalty coming.
There'll be a penalty
Touch.
upcoming here.
Someone's going to the box, someone's going off.
And let's see who's heading over. Who was that? Did you see who it was?
Alex Albrecht.
Okay. All right, he's on a knee over there talking to Coach
Midfield. Far side, midfield.
Tutoro. And the Bees are a man up.
Far side, midfield. There's a guy kneeling down. Use your eyes real quick.
They need to take advantage of this. They've had one of these situations and could not take advantage of it. Here's a shot. Good save. Good job in goal by Minshaw. So with 9 minutes to go in the half, Vikings up 5-1, and here they come again. This is Gallagher. Brings it all the way up the right side. Let's see if the Vikings can score. Man down. They have possession. And this one skips by, and they lose possession of that one. So the Bees, now we're back, both teams back at full strength. And the Bees have possession, and we're down to the 8-minute mark of the half. Now the Bees turn it over.
Turnover far side. Ready, take two.
So the Vikings with a 5-1 lead. Again, it happened quickly. They scored 3 goals, what, about 2 minutes of this of the second period?
About 2 minutes, yeah. And, you know, now up to a 5-1 lead.
Yep. They've kind of got taken charge here. Manafo, Giles Manafo, and called his name number tonight. He has possession now. Where's number 12? He's from Loveland, Ohio. Five goals for the Vikings as we're about halfway through the second period. They're looking for number 6 on this possession. And they still have possession out in front, and that was an easy one. Good assist. And I believe that is that Orlena?
Yep.
No. Darian Orlena gets the goal. He's out of Lee's Summit. So it's 6-1, and the Vikings continue to increase this margin with 7:04 to go in the half. It was 2-1 going into this period, but the Vikings certainly have dominated play here.
Ready, two. Take two.
See if the Vikings can win yet another face-off. They have been very good with the face-offs. And they win another one. And Berg again. He'll bring it right down the middle, and he tried. He said, "I'm going to win the face-off and score." He couldn't quite get that done, but well, he's been impressive.
Yeah, it shows why Berg is, you know, in the top 3 for NAIA. You know, winning battles all, you know, each and every time he's been out there.
80-some% his percentage. All right, Vikings will have possession. 6:36 and counting here in the first half. And in control of this one. Ooh, there's a shot that goes just wide.
Ready, two, take two. Ready, one.
Vikings up 6-1. Pretty comfortable lead right now, especially the way they're playing defense. This team can score. Here's Smith. He had a couple of dives into the bench. You talk about hustle.
Ready one.
Jack Smith
Free replay orange.
tried to come up with that
And
loose ball, and he went diving into the bench over there. Wow.
Yeah, selling out for every play, every possession is crucial. So definitely seeing that aspect from Missouri Valley.
All right, the Bees get possession here, and the Vikings try to take it away, and they do, I think. And it's still loose at midfield. Who's got it? Still loose. Finally, the Bees pick it up. Pretty physical game. Bees down 6-1. Now it's loose again behind the goal, but picked up by SCAD, and they have possession. Out in front, here's a shot, and a good save. Minshaw with another good save. That was right at him. Trapped it, went down, and covered it up. So once again, that Viking defense, and now the Vikings can't come up with a pass, a little short hop, and Dan Block couldn't come up with it, Farmington, Minnesota. So with 5 minutes to go in the half, the Bees have possession, trailing 6-1.
Near 30 on the right side.
Trying to get back into this match. They probably need a goal or two here. The Vikings scored 2 in the first period, but 3 in the first about 2 minutes and 5 seconds of the second period to kind of open this thing up. Here's a shot, and there is a score.
Take two.
See if we can see who that is over there.
And roll replay orange effect.
Looks like number 3.
Number two. Two got it, sorry. Number two.
So there's the second goal, and that one is scored by Mitch Snyder. Snyder out of Madison, Wisconsin gets the goal, and it is 6-2. They needed that to stay in the match, I think.
You know, I think that keeps SCAD in it a little bit. You know, another goal or two from Missouri Valley, and things really get out of hand heading into the half.
So that was a big goal for them. Now let's see if they can win the face-off here. Once again, the Vikings had it. Now there's battle for possession, and I think the B is still battle for possession. Who's going to come up with this? It's going to be the Vikings.
I think for sure, like I said earlier, SCAD really, they might be down 4 goals right now, but really keeping it a physical game and still within reach.
And they have possession here. I thought Sorobi had it for a moment, but the Bees come up with it. So another goal here with 4 minutes to go in the half. It's 6-2 now. Here's a shot by Hunt. Oh, blocked. Hunt was right on top of Minshaw, and Minshaw somehow made the save. Now this one loose behind the goal, and it's going to be picked up by the Vikings. So the Vikings have possession, leading 6-2. We're in the last few minutes of this first half. In fact, we're down to 3 minutes. Vikings like to get that goal back that they gave up a couple of minutes ago. And they do. Manafo. Giles Manafo gets the goal. And it is 7-2. As Manafo gets his first goal of the night. And once again, in for the faceoff will be Jake Berg. It's 7-2. And Berg, as usual, wins the faceoff And the Viking, ooh, good save. Boy, I thought the Vikes were going to score again. Good save by Connor Goonan. But Valley still has possession. We're 2:44 in the half. Loose at midfield. Who's going to pick it up? Good job by the Vikings, Dep. But I think they went over midfield, so the Bees will have possession here. Trailing 7-2. I mentioned that win by the volleyball team today. They defeated the home team, Cardinal Stritch in Milwaukee, 20-15, 25-19, 18-25, 25-18, and 15-13. So good job by Valley. They're 9-13 on the year now, and they'll play at home Tuesday night, and we'll have that for you on moval.edu. Vikings will have possession here. That's a 7 o'clock match Tuesday night, and you can watch it on moval.edu. All right. Bees get possession with under 2 minutes to go in the half. And they trail 7-2. Give it off to Connor Summerson. Bees try to stay in this match, down 7-2. And we're down to 1:20 to go. Hunt had possession. He still does. He backs away to set up this attack. Here he comes, right side. Good defense by Gallagher. We're winding down to 1 minute to go in the half. And let's see. Snyder, who has one of the goals, had possession. Vikings playing some pretty good defense, and good job by Minshaw on goal tonight. Good catch of the pass. Vikings get pretty physical here. Oh, man, there's a check, and there's a couple of flags. Whoa. Wow, was that a shot? And that was Spencer E., Lexington, Kentucky, who took the brunt of that. And I guess they're going to say that check was not allowed, huh?
Yeah, you know, you see the the evolution of the game, and sometimes it's going to get called. So
I think who they call that on? Was that on Gallagher?
yeah, it's on Gallagher.
Now the Bees have possession, and they have 35.8 seconds with which to work.
Going to be another flag.
Now another flag.
And it's going to be on Henserling.
All right, so the Vikes going to be 2 down.
And see what happened.
Matt Heinzerling out of Farmington, Minnesota. So the Vikings are 2 down in the final 38 seconds. Must have said something to the official.
Must have. I did see him jawing at him a little bit, so that might be what it is.
Well, the Bees definitely want to take advantage of this. So here we go.
Looks like it's a locked-in 1 minute for that Henderling penalty. I did not see what Gallagher's was, but probably around the same.
All right, so the Bees will have possession. Final seconds here. Here's a shot. Minshaw with a save. I tell you, he has been something tonight. Boy, let's see if the Vikings can do something here with 25 seconds to go. They have possession. And Minshaw just launches it. And it's going to go out, and it'll be possession to Valley. Out in front. Ooh. Boy, if Manafo would have been able to come up with that, he would have had an easy score if he'd come up with that pass. All right, final few seconds of the half. We're down to, that's it. That's going to do it for the first half. Good first half by Valley. A real good second period. They scored 5 second period goals. So 7-2. We are at the break. And Brian will now be back, and we'll call the second half in about 10 minutes. ready for the second half. Valley leading by a score of 7-2.
4:30 is where the guys will vote.
And it is a cold night in Marshall. A few fans still here. In fact, a few fans are rooting for the Bees here as well, as that temperature is dropping, expected to be around 30 degrees by early morning. Upper 30s right now. So the Bees with possession, down 7-2. Second half is underway, and boy, that didn't take long for a quick score. They got to the left side, and they put it in, and it looked like it was, waiting to make this official, that a couple of passes as you watch, and that was a quick shot and a quick score. Did you see who that was? 24? All right, so that was Eric Potts, Littleton, Colorado, the Denver, and part of the Denver metro area. And he scored to make it 7-3. So 7-3, and that didn't take long for the Bees. In fact, that came about 30 seconds into the half, into the second half. So Valley now with possession. And the Bees trying to put on a little bit of pressure. Vikings are going to get that goal right back. Boy, that was nice. Was that John Molina?
John Maloney with the goal there.
Maloney.
One of
gets
two
the
seniors.
goal. So John Maloney scores to make it 8-3. As Maloney gets his first goal of the night. And we are not even a minute into the second half, and both teams have already added to their totals. It's 8-3. And no surprise, face-off won again by Valley and by Berg. Now Berg, boy, getting pretty rough out there. The Bees have possession. No, they can't come up with it on the far side and come back to Valley. 8-3 is our score. Vikings with a lead, looking to go to 4-2 on the year. Two matches next Friday. The St. Gregory match, the 3 o'clock match, we'll have on Movell for you. And at 8 o'clock, University of Louisiana will be in. So double header next Friday, Good Friday.
Hoping the weather's a little bit warmer.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, I think. At least midweek. We'll see what happens by next weekend. There's a shot, and that came right off the post. And it bounds all the way over to the stands. So very close to another goal for Sorobi. He had the very first goal of the match early on, a couple minutes in. Here come the Vikings. It's loose out in front. The Valley still with possession. There's a good save. Bounds all the way back to Smith. Smith has a couple of goals tonight. Looking for that hat trick. Under 13 minutes to go, third period, 8-3 Valley. Sorobi. This one partially deflected, and it's going to be taken by the Bees. The Bees quickly move it into the attack area. Sussingham with it. Where's number 17? Bees down 8-3, trying to mount a comeback here. Early third quarter. And they will head to the St. Louis area tonight and then play Lindenwood Belleville on Monday. Here's Snyder. He has a goal. Here's a shot, and he bounces this one in. That's the second goal, I believe, for Mitch Snyder, Madison, Wisconsin. And it's now 8-4. So the Bees not going away. 11:43 to go, third quarter. 8-4. Another face-off coming here. Let's see if Bird can win yet another face-off. He has been good. And this time the Bees control it. 8-4. They want to continue this comeback here on this cold night in Marshall. Here come the Bees. Pressure defense by the Vikings. 11 minutes to go, third period. Just over 11 minutes. Hunt fires this one wide left. So the Bees with possession.
Looks like the Valley's going to be a man down here.
All right.
Like Henserling back in the box for a second of the night.
So the Bees down 8-4 and looking to get a little bit closer here. There's the shot, and this one, maybe someone may have deflected that or got a stick on that one, but it's still going to belong to the Bees. Now they lose it, and it's going to be picked up, I think, by Valley. It will be. Boy, nice job by Andrew Legg. So here come the Vikings underneath. There's a shot on this one by Smith. Goes wide. He was looking for the hat trick. He took a pretty good shot. Gives up. Pats his opponent. Says nice job. Vikings have possession. Down to the 10-minute mark of the quarter. Send it all the way out near midfield and reset, leading 8-4. Here come the Vikings out in front, knocked away. And let's see who's a battle for possession. Who's going to come away with it? I think the Bees have it. Yeah, they do. Again, they're down only 8-4 now.
Oh, Legg with a nice pick off.
Good job by Legg to come away with one. Here he comes on the attack. He's going to take it all the way in, and this one won't go.
He wanted that goal there.
Well, he did. He got the steal at midfield, and he brought it all the way in with the long stick, and he almost got it. Now an errant pass will go out. Vikings get possession back. 9 minutes to go. Third quarter, up 8-4. So the Vikings possession, lose the pass, but no problem. They're there to grab it, leading 8-4. Here in the third quarter. Good pass to the middle. There's a shot. That's blocked. And I think Valley still maintains possession. That was a nice job by Manafo. Winding down to the 8-minute mark. Vikings lose possession of that one, as Goodell couldn't come up with the pass. So 8-4. The Bees can get one here. Tighten this matchup considerably. Good double team down below us, but the Bees maintain possession on this cold night. Now the Vikings take it away, almost a trip. But here's Gallagher as he brings it to the center. Gallagher all the way. Now he's going to slow up, wait for his teammate. 7:30 to go in the quarter. Vikings bringing Sorobi into the contest. There's a shot and a score.
Ready to replay orange? And go ahead.
It's like Giles Manafo on that goal there.
Manafo. Giles gets it out of Loveland, Ohio. He's a freshman. And the Vikings get a really much needed goal to go back up 9-4 and kind of keep themselves out in front of the Bees. Another face-off coming here. I mentioned tomorrow more lacrosse. Both teams will play Clark conference matchups. Clark will be in Clark University out of Dubuque, Iowa. Here's the face-off, and Berg wins this one. He's going to bring it all the way down. Here's a shot. It's blocked. Another shot. This one's blocked. And that one bounces in, and I don't think the goalie ever saw it. Goonan never saw it. He was looking around, and that ball hit that turf and then bounced right in. I don't know who's going to get credit for that one.
They gave it to Berg.
To Berg? Okay, so Berg gets it. Berg got the face-off, came down, tried to pass, and it bounced in front. And you could see the goalie, you could see Goonan looking for it. He couldn't find it, and it just bounced right over his left shoulder into the upper corner of the net. All right. That makes it 10-4. Well, Berg says, I like this action.
Yeah, Berg been trying to get one all day. Finally gets it in.
Gets it in on a bounce. Now, again, it was right in front of Goonan. He just couldn't find it. So the Vikings with another comfortable lead here, 10-4. As we're down to the 6.5-minute mark of the third quarter. Mentioned lacrosse tomorrow. Vikings keep possession. And here's a shot. Good save. Boy, good job by Goonan there. As Ferrone thought he might have sneak one in the corner. So the Bees with possession. They're down 10-4. It was 8-4, and the Vikings with 2 quick goals. Got to open this one up a little bit. Here's a pass out in front, knocked away. And Bees cannot save it. Good hustle over there, but couldn't save it. And the Vikings with a 10-4 lead have possession with 5:24 to go in the quarter. Now the Bees are going to take it away, I think. Well, momentarily. Now the Vikings, it will be the Bees' possession. So here's Hunt, races across midfield. Bees are 4-3. Savannah College of Arts and Design, Savannah, Georgia. They're 4-3. The Vikings 3-2. Vikings ranked number 7. I believe SCAD just out of the rankings. Here's his shot, and this one takes a bouncing up and over the top of the net. Bees maintain possession. Now they lose it. It's loose out in front. Still loose. And I think the Bees finally get possession of it. Now the Vikings have it. Loose out in front. Minshaw was nowhere around goal. He was behind the goal. And that just rolled right out in front. But nobody was home. Here's Hunt. He loses it.
Finally get it.
Picked up by Leg. On the run, Leg will dump this one off. We're down to the 3:47 mark of the quarter. And here come the Vikings again on the attack. It's loose. Behind. The goal picked up by Valley.
Yeah, looks like SCAD's going to get it back.
SCAD's going to get it back. They trail 10-4. And running out of time here in the third period. Give it back to the goalie, Goonan, Connor Goonan. Northport, New York, a sophomore. Exactly 3 minutes to go, third quarter. 10-4, Valley with the lead. SCAD with possession. Nice pass, but Minshaw comes away with it. Couldn't handle it in the middle. And Minshaw had it, so he'll.
We'll say the defense for the Vikings have really found their click. Yeah. They were throughout the season, early in the season, they were kind of finding their identity, and I really think they've started to find it, especially in this game tonight.
They played really well defensively. Here's Minshaw, almost all the way out to midfield, and says, "I better unload this thing," and he throws it all the way down, and it's picked up by Noonan at the other end. So the goalies play a little catch. Under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Noonan, Minshaw was all the way out in midfield. Now it's taken away by the Vikings. They're up 10-4, and they have possession. Mike's a good passing team. Oh, nice pass out front, and the Vikes couldn't come up with it. Boy, that would have been Milani. But he couldn't come up with it. So the Bees have possession now. 1:28, third quarter. They trail 10-4.
Just about a minute remaining now.
Let's see if the Bees work for this. Try to make it a 10-5 contest heading into the fourth. They have 43 seconds with which to work. Here's the pass inside, and Vikings had it for a moment. B still with possession. Now it's thrown away. Let's see if the Vikings can come up with it. They can, I think. B still fighting for it. Vikes will have it, and they have 24 seconds.
Ben Boyer coming up with that, and they're quickly passing it off.
Good job by the Vikings. Good job by Boyer behind the net.
Looks like a timeout here with 20.4 seconds left.
20.4 seconds. That gives us a chance to tell you that Tuesday, men's volleyball, Culver Stockton will be in town. We'll have that for you, the video on moval.edu. Baseball on Tuesday. Valley goes to Springfield to take on Evangel. Doubleheader starting at 1. And in softball, Valley's at Grandview Tuesday, 1 o'clock. Couple of games. That's in Des Moines. Wednesday, tennis. McPherson College will be in town. And then on Friday, busy day. On stretch, you'll hear the audio. Baseball, Peru State at Valley at 1 o'clock, a doubleheader. And then here, St. Gregory at Valley, Greg Mitchell. You can watch that live on moval.edu on Friday. So a lot going on this coming week. All right. Bees with possession. About 20 seconds left to go. Here's a shot. Knocked away. Loose out in front. Going to be picked up by Minshaw.
As time expired, Minshaw been really stepping it up today and finding his groove in net.
Good job there, because that was a close range shot right at the end of the quarter. So we have 1 quarter to go, and Valley's in command of this one, 10-4. All right, we're ready for the fourth and final period as the Vikings lead it 10-4. A chance here, we'll talk a little bit of basketball as the Heart of America Conference teams, the conference Missouri Valley a part of, doing quite well at the national tournaments in Kansas City. Women's is in Independence, the men's downtown Kansas City, especially on the women's side.
Another face-off win by Valley.
Berg wins another face-off. Vikings up 10-4 as we start the fourth and final quarter, leading in this match, trying to go 4-2 on the year, the 7th-ranked Vikings in their home gray with the white numerals and the orange trimming against Savannah College of Arts and Design. Vikings possession. They led 2-1 after the first quarter and then scored some quick goals. Good save again. Boy, I tell you what, Goonan's given up 10, but he's made some nice saves too.
Nice spin.
Here's Brzezinski with a spin, and he will score. He deserved that one.
Brzezinski finally getting on the board now, facilitating a little bit and finally being able to find the back of the net.
Tell you what, that was a nice spin move by Carson, and he finished it off to make it 11-4.
Stay with him, two. Stay with him, two. Stay with him, two. Push in on him, two. Push in on him, two. Push in on him, two. That's fine. Ready, one. I know that. Ready, one. And take one.
So another face-off coming here.
Yeah, sorry.
Berg, once again, another face-off win for the Valley.
Yeah, and they just continue to put the pressure on here.
Here's next, they score again, two, I'm happy to do. Let's follow 29 from the face-off to the bench. We'll replay that, yeah.
13:45 to go.
We'll ice it. Every time we win, he doesn't lose.
Vikings well on their way to a 4-2 record. Brzezinski scored the last goal, had possession here. Here's Smith looking for his hat trick. He has a couple.
Spit it out.
Vikings can be very patient here, as long as they continue to attack.
No, these guys are good. These guys are good. These guys are good. Shoot it.
There's a shot, and this one goes wide left. Vikings still with possession. And there's a flag, penalty. Vikings still have possession. So they'll go ahead and continue to play. Leading by the score of 11-4.
I think your 4 years is like 5 cheer coaches.
Bring it out in front. Smith couldn't come up with it. And now, of course, as the Bees get control, the whistle stops play. That was Sean Goodell behind the net for the longest time. He looks a little winded. So penalty on the Bees. 12:22 to go. Vikings will be a man up.
I would get proof of that. I would not go with that.
Leading 11-4. There's a pass. It went right by one of the Vikings.
Yeah, even if you're not a reporter, you still should want to find out the truth.
How much you can send me those tickets? $20 for 2.
Hell no, it's way expensive.
How'd you get it?
Was
Yeah.
working in Brazil at that time, so I could
Bees down 11-4. Still working hard on the offensive end.
Before I say anything like that.
So it's like a you bought it on credit.
I mean, that's easy enough to prove. It's a public school. Half of the school.
I paid it 4 or 5 months.
But the Vikings in control of this one to go 4-2 on the year. The clock continues to move.
No, they won't lose personal records like that.
Bees with possession. The Vikings just playing that good, solid defense. They've been there all night long.
They may or they may not.
Coach has to be pleased with this.
Those legal charges.
We're down to 11 minutes
Usually the firm doesn't.
remaining in this match. Bees just can't get a good look at a shot. Here's a shot, and this one is saved by Minshaw.
Grade 1.
Minshaw's been in goal throughout.
Sounds like a tall tale now.
No, that's it.
Minshaw comes almost all the way out to midfield again.
All the way up.
Throws a pass, but it's picked off by the Bees.
Per ticket.
Should go tight on the guy with the ball.
Winding down 10 and a half minutes. And the Vikings in great shape, 11-4.
Never mind.
It's gonna be safe, right?
Corpus Christi. You gonna be alive next round?
Yeah, I'll come back alive, right?
Yeah.
Now the Vikings with possession.
I mean,
That's easy off the curve too. Look it up.
Have you seen the movie City of God?
There'll be a picture in the roster somewhere.
This is like on their
There'll be a
place.
picture in the roster somewhere.
Like it's not around the city. It's
There
just
should be.
Looks like a timeout here.
Timeout. Okay, we do have a timeout. And that gives us, we'll talk a little bit of basketball here during this timeout. As on the men's side, the men's national championship, NAIA, going on in downtown Kansas City. And
One, give me white huddle real quick.
Mid-America Nazarene, the lone men's team, still in the tournament, as William Penn lost to number 1 Georgetown, Kentucky, earlier today. But MNU is leading Our Lady of Lakes, Texas, and the Pioneers trying to get into the semifinals. On the other side, Mid-America Oklahoma, Mid-America Christian Oklahoma is in, and they're waiting the Campbellsville, Kentucky, and Carroll, Montana, the other quarterfinal game. On the women's side, Benedictine and Baker, both teams from the Heart of America Conference, will play each other in one semifinal. So the conference is guaranteed at least one team in the final. Mid-America Nazarene, another team playing Lindsey Wilson. If they would win, there'd be 3 out of 4 teams from the Heart of America Conference in the women's Final Four. Pikeville, Kentucky taking on Great Falls, Montana, and the others. So impressive basketball for the Heart of America Conference. All right, we'll wrap this up in about 10 minutes. In fact, 10 minutes and 11 seconds left after the timeout.
10-yard line. They're going 10. 10. See the big 1-0? That's 10.
And the
See the number 22?
possession to the Vikings.
Yeah, that's where you were. 10-yard line. Football 10 yards.
Now they up 11-4. They have
No, that's how it's
never trailed.
Or give me number 10. 10-yard line is 10.
They were up 2-1 at the end of the first period, then scored 3 real quick goals to start the second period. Have kind of really been in command. It was 8-4 at one time here. There's a shot that's wide. It was 8-4 at one time in the second half. But then the Vikings, of course, put the next 3 goals up to have a comfortable lead now.
By the way 2.
Here's his shot, and there's the score.
Way 2 to 2.
And that's Ryan Barnes.
Haven't said his name a lot tonight.
Nope.
Really got to see a few other Vikings score that usually don't get the on the scoreboard, but nice goal by Barnes.
Barnes out of Farmington, Minnesota. And he scores to make it 12-4, and the Vikings are on their way to a 4-2 record. A busy week next week. Well, they play again tomorrow against Clark right here. And then 2 games on Good Friday
Break 2.
on Greg Mitchell Field.
Take 2. Ready 1.
All right, here's a face-off.
And
I'll tell you, if you're on the SCAD sideline right now, getting a little chilly over there. You know, he's probably not going to come back from this deficit, and temperatures dropping. Once again, the Vikings control the face-off, and now they can really take their time. 9.5 minutes to go.
There's 1. Take 1. Okay, clear. Come back to me.
9.5 minutes.
Actually, let him in. That's what you're going to do.
And the Vikings will contact there. Now taken away by Hunt, but they say no. A little upset to call, but they give the possession back to the Vikings, and Hunt again goes after the check. Here's a shot, and that bounds off the post.
Nice BTB behind the back by Austin Schindel, just off the post though.
Off the post. So here come the Vikings again with that commanding 12-4 lead. Shot. This one is wide.
2 the shooter. Ready, 2. Yep, right there.
Jake Smith picks it up
Ready, 1. Take 1.
behind the net. And it's loose, but the Vikings still with possession. Vikings have dominated the face-offs tonight. They've dominated time of possession. And they've dominated the scoreboard. There's Ryan Barnes again.
Barnes burns right past the defender of SCAD and gets a second of the night.
Second in a row. And it's now 13-4, and the Vikings are... Now Barnes is kind of excited as he goes off, getting 2 goals in a row.
It's like a SCAD timeout here, trying to collect their thoughts. 8 minutes and 13 seconds left. Still a chance, but it's really slipping away from them.
Yeah, it's slipping away now, 13-4. It was 8-4. And then 5 consecutive goals by the Vikings. That's certainly been the difference here.
Timeout. Ready, replay order.
But there is a timeout
Lewis line. Last one.
as SCAD takes this timeout.
Give me 29. 29 great. Hey, we're gonna ISO Berg for the face-off. He's the guy in the center. Walk into the center.
And let's see, once again,
Ready, 2. Take 2. 1 for back.
see who the Vikings come out to the
Yeah, you can see that.
face-off, and I think it'll be, see if they bring Berg back out. He has been tremendous. And as Brian said, 80%. 80+% as far as face-offs, and he's out there again. We'll just watch and see how Mr. Berg makes this happen. He's one of the best in NEIA face-off percentage.
Stay with him too, no matter what. No matter what.
Vikings up 13-4.
1, you're gonna play game, but 2, stay.
You can see Berg. See if he can win yet another face-off. Boy, he just plows through, and this time he doesn't. One of the few times he's unable to maintain possession, but the Vikings do come up with it. Most of the night he's able to not only win the face-off, he picks it up and heads down into the offensive end by himself.
Yeah, he's been able to create a lot of a lot of the transition, and unfortunately loses that one there, but still successful night so far.
Josh Fletcher. Josh with a pass.
To your way, too low.
And he gives it off to Manafo.
You're wired in the game, look.
Manafo turns, and he can't score. Ball loose in front.
Ready?
Vikings, nope, now it is going to be picked up by the
Take 1.
Bees.
Ready, 2.
And that was Summerson.
And a turnover. Josh Fletcher with it now.
Fletcher as the Vikings get a turnover.
Take 1.
In command, 13-4 to go to 4-2 on the year. 7 minutes remaining. 7 minutes.
What the ask what's time on the clock? Feet till 3. Ready, 2. Take 2.
And the Vikings
Ready, 1.
will be 4-2, and again, play right here again tomorrow. Clark University will be here. All the way from Dubuque.
Ready, 2. Take 2.
Ooh, there's a flag. Greg Ferrone
They scored, too.
dodged, and now the Vikings score. Was it Ferrone?
Greg Ferrone with
Ferrone.
a nice goal.
The penalty was against one of the defensemen on Ferrone, and then Greg kept possession, not in front, scored anyway.
Ferrone, the hero against Reinhardt with that last second with 0.7 seconds left, getting the game winner against number 2 Reinhardt, lifting us, getting, a nice win coming into this, and now finally hits the board here.
Well, it was 8-4. Now the Vikings have really opened things up, and that goal comes with 6:36 remaining.
Watch him get in the head.
It looks like Minshaw coming on out, and Andrew Matthews, the sophomore backup
wow.
goalie, coming on in.
I'll tell you what, the penalty was on Ben Lieber. Yes, Lieber took a whack at Ferron with a stick, almost to the head. The Vikings scored
Power play count could be
to
right
go up
before
14 to 4.
It should have all should be. Left 45. 45-yard line. Grade 2, take 2, I'll take it. Grade 1.
The Vikings with the lead in command, and everyone getting into the action now.
On the grade 2, take 2. So just all, yeah, just play.
He's mine.
Second penalty came on that. The goal from Ferron. Clearing the first one out, but man up again for the Vikings.
So the Vikes going to add to this 10-goal
Grade 1, take 1.
lead. Here they come. Another shot. Another goal.
Nice, grade 2, take 2. Ready, replay orange.
Monafo.
And we'll replay orange, go back.
Giles Monafo, Loveland, Ohio. Yet another goal.
Getting the hat trick there.
That's his hat trick?
Yep, hat trick there. Making a 15-4 lead with 6:23 left.
Well, I'd say right now the Bees are saying it's cold out here. Let's get back on that nice warm bus. Let's head to St. Charles or wherever they're planning on staying for the night.
You lost one and got yanked.
We'll take the day off tomorrow and then play Belleville, Lindenwood, Belleville
How much more time left?
on Monday. Vikings right back here against Clark tomorrow
Take 1.
in a conference meet. A battle for the face-off, and who's going to win this one?
6 minutes.
Won by the Vikings, and that is Ben Holback. I guess first time we've seen Holback with a face-off today.
Holback, the other senior for this Vikings team that's predominantly underclassmen. Finally getting on the field today.
The Bees
50 if you can.
with possession. Now the Vikings take it away, trying to add to their 15-4 lead. And here come the Vikes again. They are putting it on the Bees right now. This one goes up behind the net, picked up. There's a scramble for it. There's nobody out in front. That's way too easy. There's nobody out there, and Boyer gets it.
Boyer with a nice empty netter there.
The goalie, Goonan, was behind the net. Now he's talking to the referee, said he was held up. But Boyer got the goal. There was nobody there. That's his second. And Goonan not, from what the way I can read his body language, not happy with the explanation he got from the referee.
Well, Jack Harris with a nice hit on the goaltender for SCAD, setting up that empty netter play.
And I think all guys are going to finish 4th or whatever. And so that's where they're picked to finish 1st. They're ranked number 2.
So it is now 16-4, and the Vikings really pouring it on here.
Grade 1, grade 2, take 2. Grade 1, take 1.
Bees will have possession. It's getting late, and there's a shot that bounces wide left.
Take 2. No replay, ready 1, take 1, ball on the net.
New goalie in for Valley,
No, take 1.
Andrew Matthews, out of Geneva, Illinois, in goal now. Some different numbers out there. DeAndre Parks. We called Boyer, he's still out there. Here's a shot, and that goes wide.
Ready 2, take 2.
Again, in goal right now is Andrew Matthews, Geneva, Illinois.
Net, and chase, 7. Almost had it.
Boyer tripped up there.
Boyer tripped on the far side. He's still down.
1, replay,
He's going to get up.
take 1.
Bees will have possession. We're down to the 4:40 mark.
Reach for it, ready 2,
There's a score. So the Bees get one past Matthews to make it 16 to 5. And that was Jack Chaffee. Chaffee out of Johns Creek, Georgia. And once again, Holbrook will be in for the face-off. Holbrook out of Baltimore, Maryland. $16 to 5. And here's the face-off, Holbrook, and this time the Bees will win that face-off. And they quickly bring it in on the attack, and pass is overthrown. We're down to the 4:30 mark. Vikings are going to roll to a 4-2 record. The Bees will be back at the 500 mark at 4-4. After this match, after the next 4 minutes of this match.
If I was watching, you can get a hat trick. I throw my hat on the field.
You have a hat?
Yeah.
Where?
Danny? Throw it.
Vikings again with possession.
Ready 2, take 2. Ready 1. Stay there 1. Take 2. I'm sorry, take 1. Sorry.
Going by.
Here's another shot, and there's another score. And once again, how many is that now for him, for Brzezinski? Is that his second or third?
That is the second of the night.
Second go for Carson. That's just a nice one-on-one move. Split a couple of defenders, and then fired it into the upper left corner.
That was 7 goals this quarter for Missouri.
7? Wow. Yeah, it was 8. Remember, it was 8 to 4, about midway through the third period. And the Bees had possession, down 8 to 4. But since that time, it has been all Valley. Nice job by Holbrook to win that faceoff. Vikings with 17 goals, 7 of them here in this quarter already. And another possession and still plenty of time to get 1 or 2 more. Little screen set there. The coach will have to be pleased with this performance. Now the Bees take it away. And that was Jack Harris out of Olney, Maryland, who wears number 10 for the Vikings.
Ready 2. Take 2.
Bees with possession. Under 3 minutes to go now. Here's a shot. Good save. Shot was taken by Chaffee. Nice save by Matthews. Chaffee with possession again. Here's an out in front. And this one is wide right. There's a flag, penalty flag thrown. So we play on now. The ball goes across midfield, and
I think 15's going on.
coming off for the Vikings
Let's see, is he going to kneel down?
is Zach Heesh.
Yeah, get 15 by the table in midfield.
So he heads off as the substitution pattern continues.
21.
Vikings up 17 to 5.
Going from right to left, or left to right, the ball should be 30-yard line. Where do you want to take 1? 30-yard line. To your right, to your right, to your right.
Vikings are man down here. With 2 minutes to go, 2:13. In the next. Oh, and that one rolls right through Matthews, and that's a score.
Slipped right underneath through the 5-hole right there.
Yep.
But still a little, too little, too late for SCAD now.
I think he did get part of that, didn't he? But just kind of got underneath him there.
Ready, two. And
So it is now
And affecting two.
17 to 6.
And no, ready, one. Take one. Ready, two. Take two.
And we'll have yet another face-off with 2:05 to go.
Ready, one.
How much time's left, Jess?
Take one. 3 minutes.
2 minutes left in this one as Holbrook gets the face-off. Here he comes all the way. He wants to score, and it has a shot block. He says, Beck can do that, I can do it. Now the Bees possession under 2 minutes left, 17-6 Valley. Bees working behind the net. Bring it back out front to Hunt.
You might be right.
Nice pass, shot, nice save by Matthews.
Two going.
Ball is knocked away. Good job by Matthews to save that one. The Bees still have possession.
Hey,
We all hear you.
Matthews covering up that side. Now he gets back out in front.
Everyone hears everyone. Hardy line.
Here's a shot. Bounces this one wide to the right. We're down to a minute.
Yeah.
The Vikes will go to 4-2. SCAD will go to 4-4. Final minute.
17 or 18. Today's Saturday.
oh, sorry.
It's 17.
Give it back out front.
It's good though.
Seconds ticking away.
You're right.
That was funny.
17? Today's Saturday.
I heard.
And here's Logan Phillips. We haven't called Logan's name much tonight. And his shot bounds away, and that will just about do it. We're down to 29 seconds.
Ready, one. Take one. I know. Take one.
Do you want to?
17 to 6 is our score. Thanks for viewing today and tonight. Again, our next action as far as on moval.edu will be next Friday, the 3 o'clock game against St. Gregory's. Put that down on your calendar. Our next Moval event will be Tuesday night. Culver Stockton in town for some men's volleyball.
So you can give me coach.
All right, that's about going to do it. Down to 9 seconds. The Bees have possession one more time. Here's James Simmons out in front. They're going to try to get one late goal. There's his shot. It's a good save, and that's going to do it, folks. This match is over. And Valley wins it by the score of 17 to 6 to go to 4-2. Brian, pretty good match.
Yeah, great match, great win. Really found their identity in Georgia, showed it today on the field, and hopefully they can come back out tomorrow against Clark and get another W.
Yep, no time to rest. They have yet another match. Tomorrow the women and men both will play Clark. So congratulations to Coach and to the Vikings on this win, and very impressive 17 to 6 win. So long from Greg Mitchell. Again, volleyball Tuesday night. More lacrosse coming your way next Friday. Good night.